Hi, I'm DrLonnaDenny, Bulletproof Babes, a company that teaches self-defense based on behavioral sciences. Today, I'm going to tell you about the inherent dangers of QR codes and how not to get scammed. Because QR codes, they feel harmless, and they're everywhere. They're on parking meters, they're on restaurant tables, at businesses where they want you to give a review. And most people think they're just shortcuts to a website, but really, they can go to lots of places. And today I want to show you what happens on a phone and why most QR safety advice is incomplete, to put it politely, and what actually keeps you from becoming a victim. And if you're watching this on a phone, this matters even more because 95% of QR scans happen on your mobile device, right? We're not scanning things with the desktop. And phones do not give you the same inspection tools as a laptop or a desktop. And this is what most people don't understand. Many QR codes today don't even open websites at all. They can open apps or in-app browsers, and it's inconsistent. The same QR code can open inside an app on one phone and open a web page on another, depending on what apps are on your phone. And that means sometimes you'll see a URL and sometimes you won't. And that inconsistency is exactly what scammers exploit. So when that happens, all of the safety cues people rely on disappear. You can't inspect the URL. You can't hover the mouse over the URL to see what's behind it. You can't click on the little padlock icon in the address bar to check the certification for the site. At that point, you're being asked to trust that QR code blindly. And scammers love QR codes because they bypass your email filters, your browser warnings, they bypass your skepticism, and they're so easy to do. So I could generate a QR code and a landing page that looks like Pay by Phone, which is a parking app, and then take some clear plastic wrap and go out to the parking meters and tape that QR code. And believe me, I would be collecting money within that day. I would never do that because I'm not a bad person and I believe in karma. And please don't you do it either. But it shows you how really easy this is. You don't need a high level of technical skill to pull this off. And by the time people realize that something's off, they've already typed in their payment info or their correct login credentials or some personal data. The scam doesn't succeed because people are careless. It succeeds because the interface of a QR code removes friction. That's the social engineering part of it. And so there's no reliable way to fully inspect a QR link before it opens because the link is truncated. It's very short. The defense on phones happens after the page loads or at the decision point, whether you're going to open that link or not, but not before. And all QR codes are not created equal, right? So if you're at a restaurant and they want you to scan a QR code for a menu, or say you're at a trailhead and there's a QR code for the map, or you're going to open an invitation, like static information on a QR code, those are pretty low risk. QR codes that ask for a payment method, a login, a download, or a permission are very high risk. And if that QR code opens within an app instead of a browser, you lose inspection entirely. And so QR codes don't hack your phone, they bypass your ability to verify. So what can you do instead? If you get any prompt to do something next, like download this program or to just put in your login credentials, just stop. Stop right there. Open up your browser and go to that official website. Never use a QR code for your bank. Say that you went to an ATM and that thing's broken down and they have a QR code there. Scan this if you need to transfer money or do something where you don't need to get money out. And you scan that code, they can completely come up with a cloned website. And then you'll enter in your banking information and boom, your money's going to be gone. So please stop. Anytime you scan a QR code and it's asking you to take that next step, don't. Go to the official website or go to the App Store and download the app that would do that, like Venmo or whatever it is. And that will keep you much, much safer because QR codes, they can go anywhere and anybody can create them. I hope that helps. And oh, hey, if you're a bad guy, please do not like and subscribe to my videos because it's all about how to keep people from being victims. in real life or digitally. Hope that helps. I'll see you soon.